We've learned how to multiply matrices. In this video, we learn how to do things in the reverse direction. If we're given a product and one of the matrices, can we find the other one? Let's learn how to do this using an example. We have this matrix A, 2, minus 1, 3, 4. We have B, 5, 2, 7, 4. We have C, 2, 5, 3, 8. And we need to find D such that CD minus AB is the zero matrix. Pause the video, give this a try. Okay, let's think about it. If we know A and B, we can find AB. So in a way, we know AB. And if we add AB to this zero matrix, we'll still get AB. So in a way, we know CD. We know the product of C and D. And we know one of these matrices. We know C. So we know the product. We know one of the matrices. We need to figure out this other one. We need to figure out D. Let's see how we can do that. Let's first find AB. So A times B, that's going to be 2 minus 1, 3, 4 times 5, 2, 7, 4. So this becomes 2 times 5, 10 minus 7, 4 minus 4, 15 plus 28, and then 6 plus 16. So this becomes 3, 0, 15 plus 28 is, so 15 plus 28, that's 43, and 6 plus 16, that's 22. So AB is 3, 0, 43, 22. This is also the product CD. Let's see how. CD minus AB is the zero matrix. If we take AB to this side, we have CD equals to 0 plus AB. And anything added to the zero matrix gives the same thing. So CD is equal to AB. So this is how CD is equal to AB. Now we know AB and we know C. Let's plug the values. C is 2, 5, 3, 8. We don't know D. And their product, that's 3, 0, 43, 22. Now what do we do? How do we figure out D? So let's assume D is a 2 by 2 matrix. Now how do we proceed forward? Let's first figure out the order of D. The order of D can be figured out by looking at the order of C and the order of their product. This is a 2 by 2. This is also a 2 by 2, which means D will also be 2 by 2. So D is equal to A, B, C, D. Let's assume all 4 of its elements as variables, A, B, C, and D. Now we need 4 equations to solve for A, B, C, and D. And we can get the equations by multiplying C and D. Let's do that. So CD is equal to 3, 0, 43, 22. Let's multiply them. We have 2A plus 5C. That's the first element. Then we have 2B plus 5D. That's the second element. Then we have 3A plus 8C. That's the third element. And finally, we have 3B plus 8D. That's the fourth element. Now these two matrices are equal, which means their corresponding elements are equal. So we'll get 4 equations. We have 4 variables. We can solve for A, B, C, and D. Let's do that. So the first equation is 2A plus 5C is 3. Then we have 3A plus 8C, that's 43. We can use these two to figure out A and C. Then we have the other two, 2B plus 5D, that's 0. And 3B plus 8D, that's 22. We can use these two to figure out B and D. So let's do that. 2A and 3A, let's multiply both of them by 3 and 2. So this is 6A plus 15C equals to 9. And this becomes 6A plus 16C equals to 86. Now let's eliminate A. We have 16 minus 15, that's C. C is equal to 86 minus 9, that's 77. So we got the value of C. Let's plug the value of C in one of these equations. 2A plus 5 times 77, that's 3. Now 77 times 5 is 385. So 2A is 3 minus 385. 2A is minus 382. And if you divide by 2, you'll get A. So A is minus 191. So we have C, we have A. Let's also figure out B and D. Here we have 2B plus 5D. Here we have 3B plus 8D. Let's multiply this by 3 and this by 2. We have 6B plus 15D equals to 0. And 6B plus 16D equals to 44. Let's subtract. We have D is equal to 44. And let's plug this back. We have 2B plus 5 times 44 equals to 0. Now we can divide this by 2. We have B equals to 5 times 22. 22 times 5 is 110. So B is equal to minus 110. So we have A, B, C, and D, which means we have the matrix D. So D is equal to this 2 by 2 matrix. That's minus 191, minus 110, 77, and 44. Let's try one more. Find x such that x times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is equal to -7, -8, -9, 2, 4, and 6. Pause the video, give this a try. Okay, let's do this together. First question, what's the order of x? Now, the order of x can be figured out by looking at the order of these two. When we are multiplying matrices, the orders work like this. If you're multiplying two matrices and their orders are P times Q and Q times 4, note that the number of columns in A should match the number of rows in B for this multiplication to work. So P by Q and Q by R, the order of their product, that's P by R. Number of rows comes from the first matrix, number of columns come from the second matrix. So how many rows and how many columns? This matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns, so the order is 2 by 3. This one also has 2 rows and 3 columns, so the order is 2 by 3. Now what's the order of x? So this 2 comes from this x, number of rows comes from this first matrix, so the number of rows for x is 2. And this column comes from this matrix, the number of columns 3 comes from this matrix, so that's 3. So this 3 matches. Now what are the number of columns in x? Number of columns in x match the number of rows in this matrix, that's 2. So this means x has 2 rows and 2 columns, which means the order of x is 2 by 2. Alright, let's assume this matrix as A, B, C and D and figure out the values of A, B, C and D. Let's make equations. Let's multiply x with this matrix to get this one. We have A, B, C and D times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to -7, -8, -9, 2, 4 and 6. Now let's multiply. We have A plus 4B. This is our first element. Then we have 2A plus 5B. That's our second element. Then we have 3A plus 6B. That's our third element of the first row. And similarly, we'll have C plus 4D. That's the first element of second row. Then we have 2C plus 5D. And then we have 3C plus 6D. These are the elements of the second row. Now we need 4 equations, but we actually have 6. Let's use the remaining 2 to check whether the equations are consistent or not. Let's first make equations. We have A plus 4B, that's equal to -7. We have 2A plus 5B, that's equal to -8. We can use these two to figure out A and B. And let's use the third one to check consistency. 3A plus 6B, that's equal to -9. Then we have 3 equations in C and D. C plus 4D is 2, 2C plus 5D is 4, and 3C plus 6D, that's equal to 6. So let's solve for A and B. A plus 4B, 2A plus 5B, let's multiply this by 2. We have 2A plus 8B equals to -14. Now let's subtract. We have 3B equals to -14 minus -8, so that's +8. 3B is -6, which means B is -2. Let's plug this back. 2A minus 10 equals to -8. So 2A is 2, which means A equals to 1. So we have A, we have B. Let's check the third equation. 3A plus 6B, that's 3 minus 12, that's equal to -9. So this works. A is 1 and B is -2. Let's also find C and D. So C plus 4D, 2C plus 5D. Let's multiply this by 2. 2C plus 8D equals to 4. Now let's subtract. 3D equals to 4 minus 4, that's 0, which means D is 0. Now let's plug this back. If D is equal to 0, C is equals to 2 or 2C equals to 4. So we have C as 2 and D as 0. Let's check. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 6 times 0 is 0. So 6 plus 0 is 6. This matches, which means we have A, B, C and D, which means we have our matrix X. So our matrix is, where's A is 1, B is -2, C is 2 and D is 0. So 1, -2, 2 and 0, that's our missing matrix.